Hello everyone, I am Alka1993 and welcome to this kind of special in-between video for the 6v6 Metronome Tournament. Today we're going to go over some things that have happened in the Metronome Tournament, and we're going to look at how the second stage is going to look into the near future and what might happen for the next Metronome Tournament, because some people already know those plans. I explained most of what I'm going to tell today in the original introduction video for the tournament, but some people might have forgotten, some people might have never seen that. So, let's go through it. This tournament started with 64 participants, all who chose a team of 6 Pokemon, level adjusted based on the base set totals. They go into a team, and they battle. They were divided up into 8 groups of 8. All fought each other, and then the top 4 of each group goes on to the second stage of the tournament, where they will then fight to see who is going to be the champion. Let's first go through the 8 different groups, who advances. Back in Group A, that was some time ago, but that happened. We had Wooken up top, all people in the top 4 on 10 points. Ridiculously close at the end there. That was really fun. Gobugo leading into the final round, but ending up in second place, being the only one that lost in the final round. This is the group with Zigzagoon, my brother's team with only Zigzagoon, Child with a bunch of babies. Garopa, I believe, had quite a few low base stat total Pokemon, so this group immediately showed me that having a team with just low base stat total Pokemon probably won't do too well, but it still doesn't mean everything. Group B was my group. It's also been a while since I battled. This was with Joey. Youngster Joey with a full team of Rattata. Youngster Joey did not make it either. Didn't even get a single point. Next one at 4. Kinda Grim was in there. My cat Uki had a team. Someone made an Uki team. My friend Pocket was in there. Didn't make it. I did. Only just, though. I had 3 losses. Kalsuswak made it. Yolu second. And Xiangu, the first one that went undefeated in this group stage. Although they didn't get the maximum points. They did win. Group C. Saw Thorazak get the victory. Even a Bongo, Shadow, and Kamil. Jackson, Angel Voice, and Rusty did not make it. It was Rusty, I believe, was a team of In the Zone, one of the MSLA Community Cup hosts. Unfortunately, they did not make it. Voice is part of the Forever Lock Discord. They didn't make it either. Some Forever Lock Discord members did, some didn't. I feel like slightly more did not, which is unfortunate. Trevor, our defending champion, did make it. Won the group. Did end up with 2 losses, but they had enough tiebreaker scores to win the group in front of Draco, Dahlia, and then Stompy. Althea Sanctuary moves on to the second stage. I'm really excited about that. People are rooting for Mirabee. Mirabee's team unfortunately did not make it. Jackwood's really powerful team didn't, yet the super defensive team from Gong back in Group A did. I do want to make a reference to Gong. I believe it was the very first battle of the tournament, Gong versus Zigzagoon, which almost saw what would have been the biggest comeback of the entire tournament so far. Where Zigzagoon was 1-4 behind. They had the 1 Zigzagoon against 4 of Gong's Pokemon. Zigzagoon brought it back to 1-1, but then it was the Defense Deoxys from Gong that defeated the final Zigzagoon. I don't think we even saw a 1-3 to 1-0 comeback. It's been close a few occasions, but we never saw that comeback. Yeah, we always saw 1-4 to 1-0. Group A, Fortuna, Chibi, Manny, Summers, and Chisei move on. This group saw a lot of draws, 3 in total. Chibi Manny had 2 of them, the only person to have 2 draws during group stage. Make it as the second stage, second placed person. Jackie, our queen of the Forever Lock, just didn't make it on tiebreaker scores. Group F, and the E and F don't feel that long ago. We have Jarrett, It'd Be Ryan, CS, and Guy Fieri made it. They're taking us to Flavortown. Jarrett here winning every single battle, so this is more than what the winner of Group B can say. But, in this next stage of the tournament, I guess I'll bring it up now. Half the people are knocked out, leaving us with 32 participants. We're going into single elimination right after this. Lose once, you're out. So Jared has 7 wins. It feels like this should get some kind of reward. No. The only reward is that you're going to fight the number 4 of another group. That's your only reward. If you lose, because, I don't know, Perish Song happened, you exploded against some ghosts, you just had some bad luck with crits, you lose, you're out of the tournament. You're not even going to make the top 16. That's just how it's going to work from now on, and it's harsh. Group G, Mark, Frank, Hotdog, HC Game, and Cynthia make it through. I was rooting for PFK, I was rooting for Lids, being the creator of the Forever Lock. PFK with a really fun team with Jolteon, Pikachu, and Eevee. Did you guys ever figure out who the real Pikachu was on that team? My theory was always that it was a trainer. That's my theory. Let me know what you thought. And then in Group H, Ren, Casper, Remy, and Lauren. It looked for so long that Casper was going to make it. They had to draw, but they didn't lose for the first 5 rounds, and they lost twice. Ren just overtook them on tiebreakers at the end. Remy and Lauren make it through. Drake and Toast, my dad didn't make it. But they had 3 wins still, so that's very impressive for their first performance. Then Terra and Delta didn't make it either. So, I did mention, we have 32 people left. We're going into single elimination, but how do we decide who faces who? Well, actually, the different groups are linked. So, Group H will always face someone from Group A. So it's A and H that are linked, B and G that are linked, C and F that are linked, and D and E that are linked. So, what it's going to be is that the number 1 from one group faces the number 4 from their linked group. So number 1 from Group H will face number 4 from Group A, number 1 from Group A faces number 4 from Group H, 2 faces 3, 3 faces 2. And that happens with every one of the links. Outside of that, the order of where everyone is in the bracket isn't actually randomized. It is set up in such a way that, let's use this Group H as an example. Ren, Casper, Remy, Lauren. Ren and Lauren, I believe, are in the first half of the bracket, or at least in one half of the bracket, and then Casper and Remy are in the other half. And even within their half, they are spread really far apart, so that the earliest time that someone in this group, so let's use Ren as the example, the earliest time that Ren could potentially have a rematch against someone from Group H, assuming they will keep winning, earliest time they can have a rematch is the semi-finals. For Ren, that should be Lauren. The only time they would ever have a chance to face Casper or Remy again is either in the match for 3rd or in the finals. That means they both make it to the semifinals and then they both win or they both lose. That's the only time you're ever going to face someone from your own group again. So what does final stage look like? And what do these numbers mean behind their names? Well, those are helpful when we get to the final stage bracket, which I will now reveal. The link of this, the description of this video will we'll have a link to this as well. Do be aware that just like with group stage, my Twitch live streams, where I do the live recordings and streams of this tournament, they will be ahead of where the YouTube video is. So if you've seen maybe one YouTube video for this top cut, for this second stage, maybe I've already recorded 4 of them, and it's those streams where I will update these brackets. So be aware there may be spoilers. And here we have at the top Wuken versus Lauren, A1, H4. That Wuken was first place, Group A. Lauren, Group H, 4th place. That's what that means. So we can remember, hey, Wuken, which group were they from? What were they ranked in that group? I feel like it was appropriate to have that there. It'd be Ryan from F2, Shadow is 3rd in Group C. That's how we're gonna, you can be able to tell how it's gonna be. At the top here, it says best of 1 each time. It's still just the one battle, just like in group stage. The only difference, if this would move, finals, best of 3. I've done that in the previous few tournaments, and the grand finals and the match for 3rd, which exists as well, are the only ones that are going to be best of 3. Now, if my memory is correct, then in both previous Metronome tournaments, both the bronze match and the grand finals ended up being 2-0. 2-0 in the sense of the winner of each match won 2 battles. We never needed to go to the 3rd. So whether it would have been best of 1 or best of 3 didn't make a difference. But we are still going to do that this time. Outside of that, best of one. So if you have a bad run with crits and explosions, you're just out. I'm going to fight Mark, who was first in Group G. It's really scary. I feel still confident in my team, but I already lost 3 times out of 7 in group stage, so what does that mean for my chances? Stompy is in my half of the bracket, so I might fight Stompy in the semifinals. Let's look at the Group H example. So Group H, Lauren is here. Group H... No, it's actually Lauren and Casper that are here. That's... I thought it was 1 and 4 that would be in the same bit. Oh, I guess I was wrong. There's Lauren and Casper here, but at the earliest they could face each other in the semifinals. And then Ren's here, and Remy's right here. So, for them in the semifinals, and after that, finals or bronze match will be the best, the earliest they can face each other. Now here's the thing, I haven't started the tournament yet. This second stage. Once I click this button, I can start entering scores. I can't do that yet. The reason why is because of that other button you see on your screen here. Create a prediction. I'm going to leave this open for the next few days. This means, in the next few days, I'm not going to stream this either. I'm thinking until at least the end of the weekend. Go to create a prediction. And with that, I can actually show you what it will look like. Hopefully it goes over correctly on here. Yeah. You can fill in the entire bracket on how you think it will... the bracket will end up looking like. So let's say you think, oh, Wooken's gonna win. You click Wooken. You say, oh, I think Shadow's gonna actually beat Ibby Ryan. And then Shadow beats Wooken. And that way you fill in the entire bracket. And at the very end of the tournament, I will look back at these predictions that everyone filled in, because you actually get points for this. I believe it's 1 point if you correctly predict a round 1 match. 2 points if you correctly predict a winner from round 2. Now, Wooken might not even face Shadow. It might actually be Lauren versus Ibby Ryan. So if you get both of these first 2 wrong, you can never get the winner for round 2 correct, because neither is in the match. Let's say it wasn't actually Shadow, but it's Ibby Ryan that's in this match, but you predicted Shadow and Wooken would win. But then in this one, you predicted Wooken would win. That still applies, as long as your prediction wins and moves on to the next round. So that way you fill in the entire bracket, including who gets third, including who wins. You get points accordingly. I believe it's 1 point for round 1, 2 points for round 2, 4 points for quarterfinals, and that it keeps multiplying by 2 how many points you can get, because it keeps being harder to get that prediction right. I'm really interested to see at the end of the tournament who got the most points and who got those predictions correct. And can anyone out of these 32 participants get the winner correct? Will it be Jared? Where's Jared in the thing? Jared is near the end here against K-Mill. I'm near the start. Will one of the people that got 4th in a group, will they move on? Will Jared keep dominating? Will Trevor, the defending champion, even though they lost twice in group stage, will they successfully defend their title? There's one bad match and you're just out of the tournament. They might end up top 32, top 16, and then that's just it. Please let me know if you're looking forward to the second stage. I assume you are. And use the link in the description, go to this bracket, go to final stage, and then the predictions. And I wonder who you think will win this tournament. I expect that at the start of next week, I will be starting the stream, so be aware that if at that point you probably can't enter predictions anymore, that means matches will have started. It'll happen on Twitch again live, just like with first stage. I'm going to stream them there. I'm going to edit the bracket there once the scores are in. And then a few days later, a week later, depending on how much I've recorded, they will end up on YouTube. Now, something I forgot to mention. My intention right now, so this may still change. I've always done 4 battles each video, because there's 8 people in each group, so it makes sense. There were 4 battles in a group each time, 4 videos each time. I'm going to start with that. So these first 4 matches here, which includes my own, will be in the first video. Then match 5 through 8 in the second video, etc, etc, until we have all 16. That's 4 videos. Second round, I think I'll do the same. These 4 these 4 in the round of 16, these 4 in the round of 16. Actually, can you actually see my cursor move? I've been pointing with the cursor each time. I don't know if I applied the cursor. Anyway, so that's probably still going to be 4. And then from actually, no, I might do them per 2 then. Yeah, in round 2. For 2 in each video. Quarterfinals, I'm just going to do 1 per video to build up that suspension. And I'm also considering, because I haven't done commentary on any of these, I've just, in the live chat, I've just been chatting with people sometimes. I'm thinking quarterfinals onwards, I do the live commentary on each of them as well. I think that'd be exciting, but please let me know if you're looking forward to it. If there's a lot of negative response to that idea, then I might not. But it is something that I think would be fun for me and for the content. But let me know what you think of that. And then one teaser for the next tournament. It's not like I'm going to open sign-ups registration for the next tournament right when this tournament's over. It's going to be a little break. I want to make sure to get the broadcast back going. And even when the registration for the next ones are open, that's going to be for a while. I want to make sure PBR requests have been going for a while again. But the plans for the next tournament is to do it in Gen 7. Still have to get it all working, but Gen 7 means lots more Pokemon, lots more moves, lots more abilities. If you're in my Discord, there is I believe a pinned comment, a pinned post with all the restrictions that I've come up with. There's a few abilities that'll be banned because we feel that they're too broken or they can cause an irreparable game state. I believe Prankster with Metronome can cause problems against, I believe it's Ghosts or Darks that are immune to that. So that's going to be a problem. The ability Cursed Body should work against a move called by Metronome and then actually disable Metronome. That'd be too strong and force struggle too many times, so the ability Cursed Body is banned, which effectively means the Pokemon Gengar is banned. And also, even though we haven't seen Ghost types be as OP as some have claimed, I can see why Ghost types are probably still the best type in these Metronome tournaments. So for the Gen 7 tournament, you can have a maximum of 1 Ghost type on your team. There's a few other things that are listed in my Discord, but this way you have a little bit of a teaser about what you can expect. Please let me know what you're looking forward to for that tournament, but also... Actually, yeah, you make your prediction, but then in the comments of this video, say, hey, I predict this will be the finals, I predict this will be the bronze match, and these will be the winners. I'd be interested to see that. I'd be interested to look at what everyone's predictions will be. And then I'll see you for the second stage of the tournament. To everyone that remains, good luck.